But after days of glamorous celebrations, emotional moments, and non-stop headlines, one of Hollywood's most talked-about couples chose a surprisingly low-key ending to an unforgettable weekend. Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper were spotted making their way through a New York airport shortly after Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding festivities came to a close. There was no entourage drawing attention, no attempt to create a media moment, and no public comments about the celebration they had just attended. Instead, the couple appeared calm and relaxed as they rolled their luggage through the terminal, quietly heading to their next destination. Despite being surrounded by cameras, Gigi and Bradley kept things simple. Gigi embraced her signature effortless style, wearing a black top with matching trousers and comfortable sandals, while Bradley opted for a striped t-shirt, shorts, and sneakers. Their casual outfits stood in sharp contrast to the glamorous wedding weekend that had dominated entertainment headlines, making the airport sighting feel refreshingly normal, despite the enormous attention surrounding them. The timing of their departure quickly caught fans' attention. Only hours earlier, social media had been overflowing with stories from Taylor and Travis's reported wedding celebration. Every guest, every detail, and every rumored moment had become the subject of intense discussion. So when paparazzi photographed Gigi and Bradley leaving New York together, the images immediately became another chapter in the ongoing story. Many fans saw the airport appearance as a reminder that even Hollywood's biggest stars eventually return to everyday life. After spending the weekend celebrating with friends, it was time to leave the excitement behind and resume their own busy schedules. Others simply enjoyed seeing the couple looking comfortable together, continuing to strengthen their reputation as one of the entertainment industry's most admired pairs. Of course, the airport photos didn't reveal where they were traveling or what plans came next. The images simply showed two celebrities quietly leaving town after attending a major event. But because the event itself had captured worldwide attention, even an ordinary airport walk quickly became headline news. Still, their departure was only one small piece of a much bigger story. To understand why so many people were watching Gigi and Bradley so closely, we have to look back at the unforgettable celebration that brought some of the biggest names in entertainment together under one roof. But to understand why Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper's departure attracted so much attention, you first have to look at the event they had just left behind, what many fans are calling one of the biggest celebrity weddings in recent memory. According to reports, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce celebrated their wedding in spectacular fashion, surrounded by family, close friends, and an impressive guest list filled with some of the biggest names in entertainment, sports, and fashion. The celebration quickly became the talk of Hollywood, with fans eagerly following every new detail that surfaced, even though the couple kept much of the event private. One of the most talked about moments reportedly came during the ceremony itself. Sources claimed that Taylor and Travis exchanged handwritten vows, creating an emotional atmosphere that left many guests visibly moved. Reports even suggested that several attendees were brought to tears, including Travis himself, making the ceremony feel deeply personal despite the enormous public interest surrounding it. While those details have circulated widely, neither Taylor nor Travis has publicly confirmed every aspect of the reports. Beyond the ceremony, the wedding was said to reflect the couple's personalities, a blend of elegance, warmth, and close friendships, rather than a spectacle designed solely for cameras. Although photographers captured glimpses of arriving celebrities, much of what happened inside remained out of public view. That privacy only fueled more curiosity, with fans searching for clues about the decorations, the guest list, the music, and every memorable moment from the celebration. Among the familiar faces reportedly attending were Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper, whose appearance felt especially meaningful. Gigi has shared a long-standing friendship with Taylor, making her invitation seem less like a celebrity appearance and more like the presence of someone considered part of Taylor's trusted inner circle. Bradley, accompanying Gigi, naturally became part of the celebration as well, and fans quickly noticed how comfortably the couple fit into the star-studded gathering. As expected, social media exploded with reactions. Fans discussed rumored seating arrangements, possible performances, emotional speeches, celebrity reunions, and behind-the-scenes moments that never made it into official photographs. Every small report became another piece of the puzzle, as people tried to imagine what the private celebration might have been like. Yet one relationship stood out above all the others. While dozens of celebrities reportedly attended the wedding, Gigi Hadid's connection to Taylor Swift goes back many years, and that long friendship explains why her presence carried far more significance than simply being another famous guest. But while the guest list was packed with celebrities, one familiar face stood out for a very different reason. Gigi Hadid wasn't simply attending another Hollywood wedding, she was there to celebrate one of her closest friends. Taylor Swift and Gigi Hadid have shared a strong friendship for years, long before Taylor's relationship with Travis Kelce became headline news. They've supported each other through career milestones, celebrated birthdays together, appeared at high-profile events, and often been spotted enjoying private dinners and vacations with their close-knit circle of friends. Over time, Gigi has become one of the people fans most closely associate with Taylor's inner circle. That long history made Gigi's presence at the wedding feel especially meaningful. According to reports, Taylor even spent time at Gigi's New York City home in the days leading up to the ceremony as final preparations were underway. While few details about those visits have been made public, many fans viewed them as another reminder of just how close the two have become over the years. Unlike many celebrity friendships that seem to come and go, Taylor and Gigi's bond has remained remarkably consistent. They've celebrated each other's successes, offered support during difficult moments, and maintained a friendship despite demanding careers that often keep them traveling around the world. Because of that, fans weren't surprised to see Gigi playing a role in one of the biggest moments of Taylor's life. Social media quickly filled with photos from throughout their friendship, with fans reminiscing about everything from award shows and fashion events to casual outings in New York City. Many commented that seeing Gigi at the wedding felt completely natural, almost as if a family member had been there rather than just another celebrity guest. Of course, Gigi wasn't celebrating alone. By her side was Bradley Cooper, whose relationship with the supermodel has become one of Hollywood's most closely watched romances. His appearance at the wedding immediately sparked curiosity, as fans wondered how he fit into Taylor's growing circle of friends. Some even joked that the wedding weekend wasn't just about one famous couple, it was also another milestone for Gigi and Bradley as they continued stepping into the spotlight together. And that raised another interesting question. While Gigi's invitation made perfect sense because of her years-long friendship with Taylor, what did Bradley's attendance say about his place within this famous group of friends? That answer may reveal just how naturally he's become part of one of Hollywood's most talked-about circles. But while Gigi Hadid's invitation made perfect sense because of her long friendship with Taylor Swift, another guest quietly caught fans' attention for a different reason. Bradley Cooper may not have been part of Taylor's inner circle for years, but his appearance at the wedding suggested he has become a familiar face within that close-knit group. Over the past couple of years, Bradley and Gigi's relationship has grown steadily stronger. Although they've kept much of their romance away from the spotlight, they've been photographed together on numerous occasions, enjoying dinners, traveling, attending major events, and spending time with friends. Unlike many celebrity couples who constantly share their relationship online, Bradley and Gigi have chosen a far more private approach, revealing only small glimpses of their life together. That quiet style seems to fit naturally with Taylor and Travis as well. Despite being two of the most recognizable people in the world, Taylor and Travis have also become increasingly protective of their personal lives, carefully deciding what they share publicly and what they keep between family and close friends. Because of that shared preference for privacy, many fans believe Bradley blended into the wedding weekend with remarkable ease. As photos and videos from the celebration surfaced, fans couldn't help but notice how comfortable Bradley appeared alongside Taylor's circle. While there were no reports of him taking center stage or drawing attention to himself, many admired how naturally he supported Gigi throughout the festivities. His relaxed presence reflected exactly the kind of atmosphere many imagined the wedding would have: elegant, intimate, and centered on genuine friendships rather than celebrity status. Of course, social media quickly began adding its own interpretations. Some fans joked that Bradley had officially earned his place in Taylor's famous friend group, while others wondered if this marked the beginning of even more public appearances involving the two couples. It's worth noting that these reactions are simply fan speculation. Neither Taylor, Travis, Gigi, nor Bradley has suggested anything beyond attending the wedding together as friends. Still, the images left a lasting impression. In a weekend filled with A-list celebrities, Bradley never seemed interested in stealing the spotlight. Instead, he quietly celebrated alongside Gigi and supported one of her closest friends during one of the biggest moments of her life. And when the celebration finally came to an end, Bradley and Gigi once again attracted attention, not because of what they said, but because of one simple airport walk that sparked an entirely new wave of conversation across the internet. But just when fans thought the excitement surrounding the wedding had finally started to fade, Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper found themselves making headlines once again. And this time, it happened in the most ordinary setting imaginable. Shortly after the wedding festivities wrapped up, the couple was spotted making their way through a New York airport, quietly preparing to leave the city. There were no interviews, no dramatic goodbyes, and no attempt to attract attention. Yet within minutes of the photos and videos appearing online, social media lit up with fresh conversations. To many people, it was simply another celebrity airport sighting. But to devoted fans who had been following every detail of Taylor and Travis's wedding weekend, the timing made the moment feel much more significant. Gigi and Bradley had just attended one of the most talked about events of the year, and now they were returning to their everyday lives together. It was a simple reminder that even after glamorous celebrations come to an end, life moves forward. Fans quickly began analyzing the couple's body language. Some commented on how relaxed and comfortable they looked as they walked side by side through the terminal, rolling their luggage without appearing rushed or overwhelmed by the cameras. Others admired how effortlessly they seemed to handle the attention, choosing to stay focused on each other rather than the photographers around them. Of course, the internet did what it always does. Within hours, countless posts appeared on TikTok, Instagram, X, and Reddit, discussing where the couple might be heading next. Some wondered if they were returning home, while others playfully guessed they could be extending their trip with a private vacation after the busy wedding weekend. It's important to note that there is no confirmed information about their destination or future plans. Those ideas remain nothing more than fan speculation. What stood out most wasn't where they were going, but how naturally they carried themselves. There was no sign of trying to create another viral moment. Instead, Gigi and Bradley appeared to be enjoying a quiet departure after celebrating with close friends. That low-key approach is one reason many fans continue to appreciate the couple. Despite living under constant public attention, they often choose simplicity over spectacle. In many ways, those airport photos became the perfect ending to an unforgettable weekend. They captured two people leaving behind the lights, cameras, and excitement of a major celebrity event, and stepping back into their normal routine. Sometimes those ordinary moments reveal more than any glamorous red carpet appearance ever could. And with the wedding celebrations officially over, attention naturally shifts to the bigger picture. What comes next for Taylor and Travis as newlyweds, and how one extraordinary weekend will be remembered long after the last guests have gone home. But as the last guests headed home and the airport sightings began replacing wedding photos, one thing became clear. Hollywood's biggest celebration of the year had officially come to an end. After days of non-stop headlines, emotional moments, and endless fan discussions, life was slowly returning to normal for everyone involved. For Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper, that meant quietly leaving New York and getting back to their own busy schedules. Their airport appearance wasn't filled with drama or grand announcements. Instead, it reflected the reality that even celebrities eventually leave the spotlight behind after a major event. Once the cameras stop flashing and the celebrations end, work, family, and everyday life continue just like they do for everyone else. Meanwhile, the focus naturally shifts to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. After months of public excitement surrounding their relationship and reports of a spectacular wedding celebration, the newlyweds are beginning an entirely new chapter together. While fans are eager to know what married life will look like, it's likely the couple will continue doing what they've become known for, keeping the most meaningful moments private and sharing only what they choose. That balance between public fame and personal privacy has become one of the defining features of their relationship. Despite being two of the world's most recognizable stars, Taylor and Travis have consistently found ways to enjoy important milestones without revealing every detail. The wedding itself became another example of that approach. Although stories, photos, and guest sightings quickly spread across the internet, much of the celebration remained known only to the people who were actually there. The weekend also served as a reminder of how connected Hollywood's biggest names have become. Seeing celebrities from music, sports, fashion, film, and television all gathering to celebrate one couple highlighted just how influential Taylor and Travis have become beyond their own industries. Friends like Gigi Hadid, Bradley Cooper, and many other familiar faces helped transform the event into one of the most talked-about celebrity gatherings in recent memory. Of course, the headlines won't disappear overnight. Fans will continue discussing every rumored detail, sharing favorite moments, and wondering whether new photos or stories from the celebration might still emerge. That's simply the nature of modern celebrity culture. Even after the event is over, the conversation often continues for weeks, sometimes even months. For now, though, Hollywood has begun moving forward. Gigi and Bradley are back to their own lives, Taylor and Travis are starting married life together, and fans are left with the memories of a wedding weekend that seemed to capture the attention of the entire entertainment world. Some stories fade as soon as they're over. Others become part of celebrity history. And judging by the reaction online, this celebration is likely to be remembered for a very long time. But before this unforgettable chapter officially closes, there's one final question worth asking. What will people remember most? The glamorous guest list, the emotional ceremony, or the quiet moments that reminded everyone these stars are simply friends celebrating one of life's biggest milestones together?